The Tar Heel State, baby. We are in North Carolina. How's everyone doing today? Just want a quick reminder that StrizzyReport.com is now up. Everything that you see here, the reason why I'm not pouring everything on the screen right now, all the data, is because it's sitting on a website. So it's easier for me to just produce these videos, get them out, few limited data on the screen. However, you could hear me speak about the data. But I have even more information, including a state report card. And we go through job, housing, a couple different criteria, five criteria: job, housing, safety, lifestyle, and taxes, of course. And we sum all of those up, give it an average, get it between 1 to 10. How great is the state? 10 being the absolute best. No state has hit that yet. However, all that information is on the website. And I do want to thank you for watching the video. Even before we start, I want to thank you for watching all these videos. I know there's a few people that has been following this series, so I appreciate that greatly. And commenting, thanks so much for that engagement. I'm there with you. Every comment I see, I answer back. I always try to. If I don't, I always give you that thumbs up. But thanks so much for the engagement, and thanks for watching. So let's get right to it right now. We're at North Carolina, the Tar Heel State. You know what's funny is that we're seeing people leave Florida, right? People usually go to Florida. People say Florida's the best, but some people are getting priced out of Florida. And they're actually moving to North Carolina. Yes, you heard that right. They're actually moving to North Carolina. Other places that people are moving from is New York, of course. They're moving into North Carolina, Virginia, right there. They're just like hopping over the border and saying, you know what, I'm up out of Virginia. Northern Virginia is very expensive. No one really wants to live in the rural areas. I mean, the access isn't there. And if they're not really built for that lifestyle, some people aren't built for that rural life. I think I need an in-between. Me personally, I need to see some city kind of vibrant community life, to be in the backwoods like my boy Theo, and you need to watch that video. He owns land in Alabama. He's living off that land. He wants to, live a simple life like his great-great-grandfathers and just make the land have ROI and grow and farm. I tip my hat to those folks. Now, I wanted that in 2020, where, COVID was happening. Everyone was locked down. I felt the isolation. I was like, you know what? Forget this. This is a crazy world. Everyone's throwing on a mask. Everyone's just getting these shots. You know what? I need to get out of this clown world, right? And I wanted it. I started watching videos on off-gridding and camping and, you kind of wanted that. But now as I kind of really put my priorities in check, I would love to have a ranch. I would love to have a farm. I would love to own land. However, I need a balance of both, right? So if you can't survive in rural areas, you're going to need a city. You're going to need to live closer to a city, a suburb of a city. You're going to need to live in sort of a boom town. Once that boom town happens and you get priced out, guess what? You're up out of there. So Virginia, they're gone. They're moving to North Carolina. So between April 1, 2020 and July 1, 2024, approximately 573,000 people moved to North Carolina. So there you have it. There's over 11 million residents in North Carolina. So we're going to get it started. We're going to go pretty quickly here for this because I know I took up a lot of time with my little intro. So statewide, the median home prices in North Carolina, this is 2025 numbers, right? January 2025 was $367,000, reflecting a 3.8% increase from the previous year. Raleigh, though, as of November 2024, just right there, the median home price was $450,000, up 14.7% year over year. The average rent is coming in $1,850, which is approximately 11% lower than the national average. By city, the one bedroom, you're looking at Greensboro, $1,000, Durham, $1,173 a month, Charlotte, $1,282 a month. Homes typically sell after 63 days on the market. What does that look like? That looks like a slow market. We've seen states, we've seen numbers come back where these homes are typically selling under 30 days. That means, yes, there is a nationwide slowdown in real estate anyway, right? However, in different pockets, hotter pockets, booming pockets, like Austin, you're still seeing homes typically selling under 30 days or less. Okay. Best and worst places to live. Raleigh is coming up as the best. Robust job market, educational institutions, cultural amenities. Charlotte offers a diverse economy and vibrant urban life. And Hickory, which I've never heard of, recognized as an affordable retirement destination with a balance of cost-effective living and quality lifestyle. So North Carolina is a good place for retirees. However, the weather may circumvent a lot of retirees' older life. You know, they want peace. They don't want to deal with a lot of snow. They don't want to deal with a lot of extreme weather, the moving about. So you don't see this being a go-to retiree state. However, it does offer affordability for that group. Areas facing challenges: Robeson County, again, never heard of that, experienced the largest population decline among U.S. counties impacted by hurricanes and high employment rates. So it's probably there right off the coast, and they've just been getting beaten up. They just been getting torn up, and no jobs. It's the constant rebuilding. If you're in a high increased and prone area for hurricane, the constant revolution and perennial effects of just destroy, rebuild, that gets to you. That's why a lot of people are leaving Florida too. It's just like, at what point can we just have a 20-40 year span and not have to worry? The weather's getting a little more crazier, so people are getting wiser. Okay. Overall cost of living is relatively affordable compared to national averages. Transportation annual costs average around $10,000 per person a year. Food annual expenses average around $4,252 for a single residence a year. Ideal for families due to quality educational institutions and family-friendly communities. I've been to Chapel Hill in North Carolina. In high school, actually. I was balling, point guard for my high school basketball team, and we went down to a summer camp in UNC. It was beautiful. I got some basketball cards from the local store, picked up a few Jordan cards. I still got them, and it was the Coca-Cola ones. They're not worth a lot, tons of money, but yeah. So I've been down there. It was a cool little quaint college town. That's what I remember of it back in 1995, 6, so that's a long time ago. All right, so it's ideal for families, retirees, moderate climate and affordable living, professionals, opportunities in growing industries like tech and healthcare. The crime overall rates by the region, it varies, with urban areas experiencing higher rates than rural communities. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that crime rates vary by the region, and in urban areas all over America, they're higher? It's because more people, tighter knit, you're gonna get bumped up. You're in these tight locations. Shout out to New York City for lowering crime since what era was it? Mayor Koch cleaned up the subways, right? Remember all the graffiti on the subways? Koch came in and cleaned it up, and then it was Giuliani that decreased the crime. And it hasn't risen to those 80s numbers. However, it did have a peak where it was a lot of crime in New York. You don't see New York City getting that rap anymore. Like, oh my God, it's so bad in New York. I remember back then it was like, certain parts, you're just not going. I mean, I'm sure it's still like that in certain parts. However, shout out to New York City for keeping the crime down with that many people, right? So, good job. They did the whole Giuliani thing. Stop and frisk. Okay. So, there we go. Weather. North Carolina experiences a moderate climate with 4 distinct seasons. Hurricane Helene, though. Hurricane Helene came in and significant flooding and damage, particularly in Asheville. That was a crazy event. There's still people affected by that to this day. There's a whole thing about funding from the government even helping those folks out. We send more money, and I don't want to make this political. We send more money to Ukraine, to Israel, than we do worrying about our own residents, our own citizens, our own American people, the voice of this country. And when we're in need, we have to suffer. We have to suffer for a minute. Like, we don't get that quick sign on the dotted, get that response there and get it done. Look at the battle that California had to do. Can the people go clear off their land? Can the people go back to their house? No, they can't because of this. Because of this, they have to go in first. What the fuck? Like, my house just got burnt down to ash, to nothing. First of all, the city failed at responding to this thing. Let it get out of control. I know there were some bad actors in that mix, right? That actually wanted to damage some property and communities. I know that. However, overall, the state failed. California failed. And then the whole goddamn hoopla, an issue of having these people go back to the house. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, these residents in Asheville, they deserve better, right? Americans, we deserve better. Stop sending money to Ukraine. Again, I don't want to be too political here. And Israel, take care of our people first. Period. All right. So let's say North Carolina is the birthplace of flight. The Wright brothers, first successful flight occurring in Kitty Hawk. Some of these places I've never heard. Thank God for these research and reports, because I'm learning just as much as you are. Trust me on that. All right. Sweet potatoes. That's what they do in North Carolina. All right. Recent economic news and real estate trends. The Triangle area, which is Raleigh-Durham, has experienced significant population growth, outpacing many other U.S. regions. Not South Carolina, though, but it did pop up. Rental costs in the Triangle have risen, with a fifth of Raleigh renters spending over half their income on housing. That's crazy. All right, so what about the entrepreneurs? I know I really haven't, in the last few videos, mentioned a lot about the entrepreneur circle, but I want to step back into that. Okay, the corporate tax rate is 2.5% for the corporate tax, one of the lowest in the U.S., so that's good. A lot of business. Where businesses go, people will follow. Where businesses are, people not too far. Okay. All right, so 2025 and beyond set to be phased out completely by 2030. They don't want any more corporate tax rate. They want to encourage businesses to come develop, innovate, grow, create jobs in North Carolina. North Carolina consistently ranks as one of the top states for business due to low taxes, a skilled workforce, and infrastructure investment. That's good. Gotta invest in your infrastructure. Top industries include technology, pharmaceuticals, banking, and agriculture. The Research Triangle, Raleigh-Durham, Chapel Hill, is a hub for startups and tech companies. Before we get into the commute time, because that's not as important as the taxes, right? Where's the taxes? What's going on? Why is it at the bottom of the sheet? Okay. Income tax flat, 4.5%. That's down from 4.99% in 2023. Property tax is 0.84 average, but spikes in hot markets, taking advantage. Sales tax is 4.75%. State, 2.5%. Local average in different counties. The hidden win here, no tax on groceries. You can still find a bargain for real estate in Greensboro, but you're not going to get that many jobs. The job market is limited there, but the housing is $285 median. Fayetteville, $225 median. But that's a military in Fayetteville. It's a military-driven market. All right, so we got biotech, we got finance, we got tech, and we spoke about the safest cities. You know, Cary's coming in as number 1 in North Carolina, 8 nationally for a safe city. Wow, that's top. Let's see where Cary is. Okay, so Asheville is all the way over there and got torn up like that. I'm looking at the map, guys. Take a look at this map here. We know Raleigh's there, sort of center state. Cary must be outside one of these big cities. But Cary is number 1 in North Carolina. It's the safest city. Apex, violent crimes, 85% below average. So Apex is top 2 right there. So check how many break-ins Durham has a day. 42 break-ins. What are they breaking in? They're breaking in a car, the house? Because that's scary if they break it in the house. Break in the car all day, bro. I'll leave the shit open for you. But don't break in my house. And I don't know what North Carolina's gun laws are. See, these are the things you got to understand. Can you defend yourself? I don't know. All right, so Wilmington opioid deaths up 300% since 2020. Guys, we gotta get education and get off these pills, man. All right, so we got top 10 public universities, 2 hours to mountains or beach. So it has a lot of different landscapes and terrain. You got the beach life, you got the mountains, so they got some stuff. The hurricane, though, the risk is high. And there's so many transplants in Raleigh, it doesn't even feel like their own anymore. So those are the things. We're gonna give North Carolina, though, a 7.2 out of 10. For the full report card, you could see on the website, StrizzyReport.com. But let's talk about the final verdict. Is North Carolina a good place to live? Okay, so we got a strong job market and growing industries, affordable cost of living compared to national averages, no corporate income tax 2030. But guess what? It's low now, 2.5%. Great for businesses. Thriving housing market with options for buyers and renters, depending on where you're going to live. Beautiful weather and diverse geography, mountains, coast, cities. The cons, here we go. Some areas have high crime rates. Charlotte, Fayetteville. Rapid housing demand has driven up prices in urban areas. But guess what? Houses sitting on the market there. So there you go. You want to rise up the house prices? Guess what? Stay on the goddamn market. We're not buying it. That's what a free market is. A good free market is that there has to be an equilibrium. Okay, buyers and sellers. It always tries to find the balance, baby. If you can't find that balance, guess what? The house stays on the market. You decrease the price. You find the balance. There we go. Hurricane and flooding risks, especially in coastal areas. Traffic congestion increasing in major metros. So I want to know, would you move to North Carolina? Is it a great choice for you? It's ideal for families, young professionals, retirees who want a balance of urban development, outdoor recreation. But North Carolina seems to be a transplant area. You know, people are moving in there, so they're finding some value in there. We're going to give this a 7.2. I think North Carolina did pretty good with the taxes and information like that. So if you enjoyed this video, if you're living in North Carolina, I would love to know, see what you're seeing, hear what you're hearing, the whispers and stuff. Are you thinking about thinking about moving to North Carolina? It is a great destination, especially if you're coming in from a high cost of living state. It's always going to be a win, right? Check out StrizzyReport.com. Just, browse around a little bit. I'm putting together some guides to help folks. I just started this, so it is slowly coming together, but with your help and support, I'm always going to be on top of it. Always going to have a passion for it. Always had a passion for researching, so this is what you get from that. All right, guys, love you, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.